The early settlers brought hand weaving with them because until production cloth was available, you had to weave your own. You could not go to Walmart and buy towels or rugs. You had to weave your own. So they brought it with them and continued even after production cloth was available, partly because this was a barter society and the residents didn't necessarily have money to purchase. We were founded in 1949.
It was organized by a group of 14 weavers that met in West Fork, and they came from all over.
Honestly, it was a way for them to build income. We had women that maybe weren't in the workplace yet because it was the early 40s and 30s, and so there was a lot of government programs that came in saying, hey, let's resurrect these Ozark handcrafts as a source of income for women.
So we are celebrating our 75th anniversary.
The hand weaving can take many forms, and if you look back in history, all you need is 2 sticks, and you can make a loom, really, if you want to.
Essentially what you're doing is making cloth.
We have about 60 members, so we're bigger than you might think. There are monthly meetings where programs, educational programs are included, as well as the opportunity to share what we're doing.
One of the really nice things is that it is a community, and while we all share an interest in fiber and in hand weaving in particular, it's not all exactly the same. So we can learn from each other, and that's a lot of what the earliest founders did. They learned from each other.
I was surprised when we had male weavers, and so that was kind of a great thing.
I get community out of it, and also just a lot of knowledge, stuff that I haven't learned yet on my own, and this community helps you broaden those skills.
It's really nice to, I don't know, feel like you have a hobby that can be useful in some way, and also to not lose those older crafts.
Since COVID, interestingly, we have had kind of a resurgence in interest. After people were able to get out again, they were interested in things that they could do with their hands and create and all of that. So we have a really nice group of new members and new folks in our guild.
The education programs of the Guild include demonstrations to both adults and school children, where they can actually try hands-on weaving at a loom. We also do beginner classes for folks. If they are new to weaving and want to learn, we are there to help them learn. And we also have workshops for members that want to learn new techniques. And we also have educational programs at every meeting where there's something new that somebody might learn, a new technique.
Right across from where I'm sitting, there is a beautiful coverlet that was woven in the 1800s. And I have woven that pattern, and as I did it, I thought about the weaver in the early 1800s who was doing that weaving and what she must have thought about and what her worries were, and admired the fact that she was able to weave such a beautiful piece of cloth without electric lights, probably no running water, all of the things I take so for granted. She was still able to weave that beautiful piece of cloth. So yes, I do. I feel a very big connection to the previous weavers.
Understanding the history and knowing that this is the only thing that was available to make floor coverings, to make cloth, to make their clothing, and to think that I can be a part of that and continue that process and that understanding of that handcraft down to the next generation. Something you don't want to lose.